Do our Hebrew and Aramaic lexicons define God as the Trinity? As in, do they define God as one God in three persons? Let's find out. So today we'll be looking at the Hebrew and Aramaic lexicon of the Old Testament. So we'll be looking at the entry for God, that is the entry of Elohim, and that's going to be in the first volume here. So you can see up here we have Elohim and the number of occurrences that it wants to put in here, and it's got three major definitions. Number one, number two, number three. First definition it gives for Elohim is that it is plural gods, lowercase g gods. And it's going to describe the gods or the gods of men, but of course that's not the true God. Second definition is Elohim becoming singular, and this of course is going to be the God or the deity. It notes right here that it is formally construed as a plural, but it is now construed as a singular, meaning Elohim is grammatically plural, but it is singular in meaning. Sometimes Elohim is going to function as a god or the goddess of the people of a land. Sometimes the king, the human king, is going to be called God, like in Psalm 45, verse 7. That's going to be really important a little bit later. Elohim can also be understood as the god of a domain. Elohim could be understood as the god of individuals, like the God of David, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the third major definition for Elohim is just going to be miscellany. And this is where it becomes interesting, because this is the set of definitions that most people are unaware of when it comes to how the Hebrew Bible is going to use Elohim to describe human beings. It's going to say those that bring cases before God, like in Exodus 18, verse 19, Exodus 21, verse 6, Exodus 22, verse 8, also Exodus 18, verse 19, 1 Samuel 2, 25, Psalm 82, verse 1, Psalm 138, verse 1. This is in reference to judges, that is, human judges. Human beings are indeed called Elohim because they judge on God's behalf as agents. Moses here is called God. That's really important. He is in God's place for Aaron in Exodus chapter 4, verse 16, and Moses is God for Pharaoh in Exodus chapter 7, verse 1. It could also be used for a great city, like in Jonah chapter 3, verse 3. And then we have this rare and interesting reference to where it seems to refer to the ghost of Samuel in 1 Samuel 28, verse 13. So, those are the definitions for Elohim. In no place do we see that Elohim is one God in three persons. In no place do we see that the plural form indicates a plurality of persons in the one God. We see that it is plural in form, but singular in meaning. And we also see that human beings can be called God without being confused with the true God, because God shares his name, his privileges, and his prerogatives with his agents, like the king, Psalm 45, verse 6, the judges, several passages, and Moses the prophet in the book of Exodus. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe.